And the time has come where we're finally going to reseal our oil pan. So this is going to be a 2-day process. Today we're going to drop the oil pan. We are going to scrape off the old seal and put on the new seal, and then we have to let that sit for 24 hours. And then after that, we'll come back and put it back up. Now it sounds simple, that's because it is simple. The hard part is going to be, I think, jacking the car up, to be honest. Now, like I told you guys, this happened at the perfect time. I'm not saying what happened was a good thing, but I'm just saying that it kind of happened at the right time, because in order for us to do this, we're going to drain all the oil. Now, lucky for us, we do need an oil change, so we're kind of knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone. Now, luckily for us, this doesn't take too much. All we have to do is take off our undershroud that we just installed. I'm thinking that we could probably get away with not taking the sides off, because as you guys know, this is a 1, 2, 3. This is a 4-piece undershroud. So I'm thinking we could take off the back side, and then we could probably take off this front section right here by undoing these bolts and then undoing them right here to the bumper, and then leaving this like wing part right here, and that could potentially make our job just a little bit easier. All right. Take that off. So as you guys can see, the oil is just like everywhere around the oil pan, and like it's on like the oil drain from the turbo and everything. I'm also going to try to kind of adjust the oil drain, because I'm noticing that it's not really draining like it should be. So maybe I should like kind of turn this, because that's pretty much where it goes inside the oil pan. The thing is, which is kind of annoying, is it's supposed to go on this side, but this thing right here is in the way because the fitting is right behind there, as you guys can see, but it can't go on there because this thing right here is in the way. So I have to put it on the other side, which causes complications, lightweight, because then it has to go, if you guys are following it, it has to go all the way like there. I kind of zip tied it. I don't know if you guys can see it. And it's just like a weird angle, right? So I'm gonna try to like adjust it a little bit to see if it fixes it. And here we are. Where's the light? Let's see how dark this oil is. It's pretty chocolatey if you ask me. Okay, so we drained the oil. We even replaced the filter. So now it is time to take off the oil drain from the turbo and then drop the oil pan. Now the cool thing is it's not as hard as it is on other cars. All it is just like bolts all around the oil pan, as you guys can see, and then it comes down. Now the thing is, we do have a spacer, so not only is the oil pan gonna come down with it, but the spacer is also gonna come down with it. I don't know how to take this off safely. I don't. If I'm being honest. Alright, we have the pan. We have the pan. We have the pan. Alright, perfect. Perfect. Just the pan. Now, as you guys know, there's gonna be some oil still in here, so we have to take it off very, very, very carefully. Very, very, very carefully. Yes, there's still some oil in here. Okay, so we finally got the oil spacer off. Now here comes the fun part. All right, guys, a lot has happened. As you can see, the garage is a freaking mess. There's stuff everywhere. So we got the oil pan all cleaned, right? You guys see it's clean. Even where we're about to, you know, attach the spacer to, that part is clean, right? Oil pan right there. We have the spacer. Now, the biggest thing about this, guys, is the fact that we relocated the oil drain, right? So as you guys know, it used to be over here, but now I put it over here. Now, you're probably wondering why I didn't do that from the start. Let me show you why. I think I showed you earlier in the video, but this guy right here was in the way. This guy right here was in the way. So what I ended up doing is I kind of like bent it. You can kind of see it if you look close enough. I kind of bent it. You can see it in the back too. But I bent it because the thing is, it literally would be a straight shot because the turbo is up there, right? So if I were to put the drain over here, it would literally just drop down right here to the oil pan. And that makes perfect sense, right? Again, the only reason why I didn't do it from the beginning is because this guy was in the way. So I was like, you know what, let me just bend this, because like I'm tired of like dealing with this oil drain issue. Because the thing is, like, if the oil doesn't drain properly, then it sits in there, then it like smokes, and it's just annoying. But during the process of me trying to bend this, I was like, you know what, let me just take this off. I thought it was oil, right? Because it's connected to the oil housing, the oil filter housing. So I took this hose off thinking that there was nothing gonna be like inside it, right? Nope, I was wrong. There was coolant, bro. Coolant came down everywhere. It splashed me in the face, everything. So yeah, long story short, don't take this off. So we're pretty much done. We got, as far as, cleaning everything and getting everything ready for reinstallation. I was trying to debate on what I wanted to do. If I wanted to like attach the spacer to the pan, let that cure, and then attach both to the car, or if I want to attach the spacer to the car, let that cure, and then put the oil pan to the car. Or put the spacer to the pan and then the pan to the car and let it cure all as one. But I don't know, I think I'm just gonna do the spacer to the pan, let it cure, and then do those two together to the car. I think that would be probably the smart thing to do. All right, I changed my mind. I'll probably do everything tonight. All right, real quick, because my camera's dying. We are finished for today. We have to wait 24 hours to let this dry. I'm having low hopes because when I was putting it on, it actually moved. So let's just cross our fingers and hope that everything is good. We'll let it dry before we tighten everything up. And I'll go ahead and show you guys exactly where that drain is. This is exactly what I was talking about. So now that we have that drain right there, it could drop straight down from the turbo. So like I said, we'll let it dry for 24 hours and we will be back. And we are back for day 2. So I'm sorry if you guys see like a little difference in quality. I actually did switch my cameras because I was out here, I was working on this car, I had oil all in my hands. I'm like, bro, there is no reason why I should have this camera. At the time I had my Sony camera, right? I was like, there's no reason why I should have this camera out here while I'm working on this car. Like this camera is way too expensive. Something happened to it, I have to replace it. So end up grabbing my Canon, but yeah, again, day 2. So this thing had like over a day to dry, so we're gonna go ahead and drop the car down. We're gonna put oil in it. I'm still trying to decide if I wanna like drop it, put oil in it, and wait to put the under panel on until later, because the thing is, you guys saw how we took the middle part off. So the wings are still on, so the bumper still has support. But I'm just deciding if I wanna like kind of put oil in it and wait to put the under panel on, just in case there is a leak or anything, I know about it. So I might just drop it, put oil in it. And the thing is, how I showed you guys, we took that one hose off because we thought that it was oil, but it ended up being coolant, so coolant fell. I don't know if we're gonna have to like bleed the system now because air might have gotten in it. We might have to like add coolant to the vehicle. Hopefully none of that is gonna have to take place. But as you guys can see, we have the oil pan with the spacer back on. Hopefully there's no issues, because like I said, when we put it on, the spacer did move from the pan, so we had to like readjust it and put the what do you call it, the bolts in. And I'm pretty sure I showed you guys on the inside I kind of make a wall, right, so that it's literally like a wall sealed around the whole oil pan and spacer. But once it moves, it kind of like breaks that seal slash wall. So hopefully everything is good. I can still see, you know, even on the spacer with the oil pan part right here, there's still some kind of spillage, I call it. It's like leaking over and then it dries. So hopefully everything is good. I'm pretty sure everything's gonna be good. But I'm gonna show you guys our little drain that we have set up for the turbo. So I did this off camera just because it was kind of quick and easy. But as you can see, I don't know why there's oil right here. How to figure that out. I don't know if that's old or what the deal is there. But this is our drain. So as you guys know, before the drain used to be on the right hand side and we had it coming like at an angle and it was kind of causing an issue, right? So the only reason why I didn't have it over here from the begin with, because there's this line right here that was in the way, and this was the line that we took off thinking that it was oil. I took it off thinking that I can bend it down, but it ended up being coolant, and coolant spilled everywhere. So, and then putting it back on. But like as you can see, I kind of bent it a little down, and that way I can kind of fit this fitting in between it, and then that way the oil drain for the turbo is a straight drop. So I ended up doing that successfully yesterday. So shouldn't have any more issues with that. I was worried that because of the fact that obviously this is oil drain, I was worried that since I had to cut it, that this part would be expanded because of the oil, but it actually went on there perfectly fine. So we should be good from that aspect. So everything's good underneath here. We're just gonna drop it, put oil in it, and go from there. This is the part that we cut off from our old drain location. You guys can see this is about a foot, if not a little bit more than a foot that we cut off. So this kind of gives them like an idea like how much of a drain hose that we had connected going to our drain off the turbo. So pretty cool. We were able to eliminate some trouble. All right, I put oil in it. Let me move that. That's like a disaster waiting to happen. So I put oil in it. Make sure everything was tight. Make sure the oil cap was tight. Looked underneath the car, make sure there's no leaks. Let's start it. I don't know why I'm scared. I don't know why, but it's the anticipation is definitely there. Okay. There is no oil on the ground, no leakage, none at all. So we finally got done, right? Ran into an issue where I actually had too much oil in this car. So as much as I didn't want to jack this car up, because even though like this garage, right, like I'm able to work on it, like it is still a pain lightweight to jack my car up, right? If I had to do it once and then that's it, like it's not a big deal. But if I continuously have to do it, then that's when it starts to become annoying, right? So I had too much oil in this car, and in my head I'm like, it's okay. It'll, you know what I mean? Obviously when you start the car, right, there's oil that gets cycled through the engine bay or whatever, right? So I was like, whatever, right? I'll start it and it'll be fine. But in my head I was like, you know what? That is too big of a risk to sit here and run the car, drive it, whatever, with too much oil in it. And so I was, you know what? It is what it is. I'll just suck it up. I'll jack it up right now. I'll drain the oil to the correct level, and then we'll go from there. So I ran into that issue, and that was kind of annoying. So it is what it is. I saw a comment in one of the previous videos and it said, I wish that you would show us a little bit more of your personal life. Well, this is it. It's funny because I actually thought that I showed a lot, or a fair amount, but apparently you guys don't think I do. But this is what I like to do. I would say if not once a week, twice a week, or whenever I can. It kind of clears my mind. I love watching the sunset at the beach, which is funny because I got introduced to it because somebody asked me if I wanted to do it one time. And I was like, bro, what? Like, no. But then I got introduced to it, and it's definitely been a top tier thing that I like to do. But yeah, coming to the beach whenever I can. Walking, obviously it helps because it's good weather out here. But yeah, this is definitely something that I like to do in the background. I want to tell you guys though, definitely stay tuned for the clothing drop. No, I have not forgot about it. It's just some things that I do have to kind of think about and like work on, right? But I want to tell you guys, the number one thing I'm focused on when doing this, when taking on this new business, is quality. I promise you I would not sell a shirt I would not wear myself. And no, I am not gonna like sell shirts that I'm gonna print on just to like keep costs down, stuff like that. No, the number one thing I'm focused on is quality. So just make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And we are back at home. I'm gonna end it here. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, stay safe, and stay tuned.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it, cause you all cap like.